Hey everybody, welcome back to another Hunters of Calamity. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. We're going to get into the death, mayhem, and destruction here pretty soon. Before we jump into all the action though, I do want to give everyone a chance to introduce themselves. And then I'm going to go over viewer actions, so can kind of show you how you can help or hinder our, usually I say heroes or something along those lines, but in this case I'm gonna say anti-heroes or villains. It's really up to you. It's a very gray area, but I'll show you how you can actually participate in the game as a viewer. It's pretty cool. Start off with, we'll do introduction. So Patrick, tell us a little bit about Wesley and yourself.
Oh gosh, it feels like it's been so long, but it hasn't been that long. I'm Pat. I'm a tactric on places online like Twitter and other places. I play Wesley. Wesley is a spooky playbook. He's been on a hallucinating and drunken bender for most of the time on the planet that we're on, and had a bit of an identity crisis last time because he felt like the rest of the group was getting as erratic as he was, and he needs to be closer to the bottom of that pile for the world to make sense.
It's true. It's very true. Fantastic. Last, tell us a little bit about Beth and yourself.
So Beth is someone who's just kind of in for the ride. She's a mercenary, kind of more of a lawful aligned, which makes this really fun. Trying to think. I'm Last of the Order. You can find me at Last of the Order on Twitter, and that's about it.
Cool. Next we've got Gwen. Tell us a little bit about Paige and yourself.
Paige is not exactly chaotic, not exactly lawful, kind of true neutral, I guess. If I had to pick an alignment for Paige, it would be true neutral.
I'd agree with that until fire comes into the equation.
Yeah, kind of a firebug as well. Likes fire, loves fire actually. But you can find me usually here on Saturdays and Monday and Tuesday.
Fantastic. Last but not least, we've got Zan. Tell us a little bit about Merc and yourself.
Yes. Yes, I'm Zan. You can catch me on Twitter at InsanityTTRPG or at InsanityGaming.com. And I'm playing, for the moment, Mercutio Herald, or Merc, who is a monstrous playbook, who is probably not the best influence on the party. He drinks gasoline, he rips the shirts off people, and has pretty successfully started a cult at this point. He is also the mama to many a stray critter.
Yeah. I'd say that about sums it up.
Yeah, I think that he would probably, if we're going alignment, I would say we're not really going to deal with good or evil. He is actively chaotic.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Isn't fire truly neutral though? I would say fire is neutral, but it is also chaotic.
Chaotic neutral.
Yes, the best alignment, as everyone knows. All right, so with that, all the introductions out of the way, let me talk about viewer actions here for a second. So there's a number of ways that you can participate in the game as a viewer. One of the easiest is through the game tweet, which is right there in chat. There will be 5 interactions on that. That's likes, retweets, and comments. A D4 goes to the cast and to the DM. Now, with this being Monster of the Week, the D4 is particularly powerful. It's almost a full extra die on any roll. So, very, very good way to quickly and easily throw some chaos into the mix. Because I also get a D4, which means I can roll against players at times with those, which is kind of fun. Other ways that you can do that are through guild coins. If you look at the little round rainbow colored icon right below your Twitch chat box, there's a number of different options in there, including plot points, which range from 1 to 4 plot points for different amounts. And that allows you to make anything from an inconsequential change to a somewhat major change to the plot that's happening in the current scene. Anything from just renaming a business to introducing your own NPC. It's pretty cool. Definitely check that out. There's also a panel in the section down below the video box on Twitch, which has a full explanation of those also. Finally, if you want to support the channel monetarily, there's some other options for you. You can do all of this through coffee.com/Raven, Raven.rocks, subscriptions, bits, and Patreon. So our Bard and higher tier patrons get credits every month for viewer actions. You can see that information in chat there as well. And it all allows you to do the things that are right below my face here. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but some of them that might not be. The switch allows the DM or player to change somebody else's action word, or rather tell them to change it. So for example, let's say that Merc was getting ready to swallow a grenade for kicks and giggles. I or another player, such as Last, for example, could throw out that switch and say, do something other than swallow the grenade. So then Zan would have to choose something that's not a direct synonym to swallow to do with the grenade, which could be throw, it could be juggle, it could be any number of things. So the switches are pretty fun. It allows people to kind of nudge stories in different directions, usually in a very humorous way. Borrowed success means that a player automatically succeeds at whatever they're trying to do. However, on their next success, each subsequent success rather, I will roll a d20. If it comes up as a 15, then that was the success they borrowed. So that basically persists until a success is taken or the end of the session. So it's a bit of a gamble. It's really useful for critical situations, but you could always lose that success you really need later. So it's kind of interesting. Complication. Basically, you can type in a couple of sentences of what you want to see in the scene, and the DM does have discretion to edit it a little bit to make it work if it's too far outside of the scope of what's going on. But we'll try to stick as closely to what you would like as possible, and it'll get added into the scene. And then finally, swap 2 players for 5 minutes means that we swap roles for 5 minutes. So you could see, for example, me playing Wesley and Patrick being the DM for 5 minutes, or Beth playing Merc or Last playing Merc and Zan playing Beth, for example. It's pretty fun. And I think that is about it. A quick reminder to the cast, you currently have 2d6 available. I currently have 3d4. And that's all that's currently on the board. As I recall, we went through a lot of those last session. Quick recap. Last time you left your bandit home with the sort of dowsing rods and map to get to the other treasure vault. You attached it to your murder bus and headed out. You managed to piss off another cult along the way, and they held a grudge and ambushed you. You managed to defeat them, as I recall, through a giant flailing arm and a blob of sleeves from Wesley. So that was fun. And as I also recall, one of the wheels on the bus got blown off. So that's currently where you're at. I can't remember if you fixed it last time. I remember somebody saying, I want to look for wheels.
I feel like I remember you said we got a replacement, but it wasn't that good. I feel like
that's right.
Half-assed fix.
It is. So the wheel works, but that's what it was. The tire from the vehicle you stole it from is smaller, so it's basically like you're riding the bus with a donut on one wheel. So it's a MacGyver fix for sure. Hey, thanks for that gifted sub, Michael. And that went to Zan.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much, Michael. Really appreciate that.
Yeah. So Zan, I know Michael usually has whoever they gift the subscription to choose what to get. So what would you like to use with that $5? think you're muted again.
Yes, indeed, I was. I think I'm going to stack us up a switch and a 1d6.
All right, so switch and a d6. Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Michael. I
Um,
really appreciate it. Way to way to be the be the goat, the goatiest of goats today. Much appreciated.
Awesome. Okay, so you're on your way, if I remember correctly. I think you did finally manage to stitch up Wesley. Um,
It was. I think we were stitching up Merc. I thought he actually took a
Was it
near
Merc?
fatal wound for once.
oh, maybe it was Merc. Whoever it was that you were patching up, you finally did manage to patch them up after all of you sewing yourselves together with stitches. So yeah, I think that's pretty much where we're at. You're on your way. Is there anything you want to do as you leave the site of the encounter?
Did we already loot the bodies?
I believe so. Yes.
I want to take out a small knife and do a line cut across their shoulders so that actually, no, even worse than that, not across their shoulder, across halfway down their bicep. So in the afterlife, they will be forced to wear sleeves.
Okay. That's fine. You're able to do that. If anybody comes looking for their bodies, they will be appalled, I'm sure. Also, 11, 12, 13. We're at 13 Twitter interactions already. Let me go ahead and get those D4s on the board. That was fast. So that's 2d4 to the cast, 2d4 to me. Yeah, you managed to do that, and Ted Jr. is driving the bus adequately. Let me just check and see if anything happens on the way. I'm trying to remember who all's after you right now. So the other church of the no sleeves was after you.
It's easier to make a list of who's not after us right now.
At this point, almost. Dashing Dan, Barks Corporation. I want to say there was one other one that you managed to annoy.
I don't think we've actively pissed off King Pig yet. I think.
Yeah, King Pig's actually indifferent towards you because you did a job for him. Oh, it was going to be King Pig, that's right, but you decided not to burn down the gas station.
We elected against unprovoked arson for once.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
series.
Paige
Yeah,
kind of was the voice
that's
of
right.
reason in that situation.
Okay.
Which,
Paige
anytime
And
Paige has to be the
for-
voice of reason, it's pretty horrific situation.
Yeah, Paige is advocating against burning things.
I mean, Wesley's whole breakdown last time was that there's got to be a clear hierarchy of voice of reason, and he's got to be at the low end of that. Which, just process of elimination, Paige is in the top 2.
That's fantastic.
Clearly, Merc,
okay.
as Wesley's prophet, as Wesley's God, has to be the main voice of reason, right?
I was gonna say Beth is the main voice of reason in this group. She's the only rational thinker.
I feel targeted.
Paige is like burn, and then y'all.
I
men
feel like this is.
go.
I feel like this is like a group of people in a mud pit, and one person's going, "I'm the cleanest." It's all relative. So, you yeah, the rest of the trip is surprisingly uneventful. You've got your polka music blaring as you go. You probably run over a few dire dogs here and there and that sort of thing. But for the most part, It's completely uneventful. You are getting into more and more flat terrain for a little while, and then after a couple of hours, it starts to get somewhat hilly. There's different hills, and you can see the mountain that you've, that's depicted on the map. You can see that off in the distance. As you're approaching your ultimate destination, is there anything that you want to do to prepare?
Have we ever been prepared when doing one of these things?
There was that one time.
I don't know what the.
It was very early.
Do we have any premonitions going on here?
Oh, that would be smart. That would be a smart. Do I have any premonition?
So naturally, we're not going to do it, right?
I believe for that you roll weird, right? And then, okay.
A 9, which means clouded images of something bad that is yet to happen. I get an experience if we stop it.
Okay. You get a flashing image of the bus getting blown up.
That could be anything.
Again?
This time it doesn't seem like it got shot with a rocket or anything like that. It just explodes. You see gunfire, but you can't really quite make out who's shooting at who. There is a passing image of Dashing Dan's company, and you also see that hint of a dog on a logo. But it's just like a dog collar. You can't really see the rest of the emblem.
I might be confusing things now. Is Bark's logo a dog in this game too?
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Oh no, it's the other root beer that it's a dog. Okay, that's why I was confused.
Yeah, it's like the Barks Corporation logo is like a bulldog. And you also see people in like cold weather attire, coats and beanies and things like that.
I know I only got a brief flash of it, but did the bus explosion seem at all related to the bootleg still of liquor that Ted Jr. is working on?
You can't tell. It just explodes.
Question: if people are
You're able to tell that it comes from like not quite ground level, but like floor level, as if you're inside the bus. That seems to be where the explosion starts, but you can't tell what starts it.
question: if people are wearing cold weather stuff, doesn't that mean sleeves are involved?
Pretty sure I bought our supplies last episode and removed the sleeves. I've got in my inventory a single fancy hoodie without sleeves and lots of windbreakers without sleeves.
Yep.
Sleeves are unnecessary. They always have been. As long as we wear enough socks, and we're not unreasonable here. We can always wear socks.
I mean,
That's really the important thing. Those big fluffy hats with the dangly earmuffs. Like, of course, that's all no problem.
Can
And
we
Merc's not
wear
concerned.
socks on our arms?
No, that's sleeves. Sleeves by another name.
I don't know what had happened because I did that magic-y thing and then all the sleeves disappeared last time. So I don't know if you would still have socks after that. I'm not sure how long that lasts.
Here's a good question. What about long gloves, like the ones that go all the way up to the elbow? Those are
Hand
gloves,
sleeves.
technically, not sleeves.
Hand sleeves.
Hand sleeves. I love
I mean,
it.
you can
Hand sleeves
argue that
count.
like shirts are torso sleeves and pants are leg sleeves. Like, where does it end?
You know what? You make a really good point. And Merc takes off all of his clothes.
You just had to say something. Laughed to your face. Oh my god. I would argue that underthings are not sleeves of any kind.
Okay, that's fair. That's so I'm muted. No, I'm not. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, we can leave the dignity sleeves on.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Just logistic question for Monster of the Week. Is there any equivalent to like a short or a long rest or anything like that? In between us
yeah.
almost all dying last time and whatever's about to happen.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, after like a night's sleep, you heal anywhere from 1 to 3. Given what I know you're going into and what you've been through, I'm gonna say that you get 3 health back from that rest.
I think as we're all waking up, was just oh yeah, the bus is going to explode. By the way,
And
From the driver's seat, you hear, "What? What? Why is it
I don't
exploding?"
know, Ed. It's
you know
your
this?
bus. Why would the floor explode? I just see the things. I don't get the whys.
Well, that's not as helpful as it could be.
Also, your boss was there,
well-
and then a dog was there, and guns. Lots of guns.
It sounds
Are you
like.
sure you're not just drunk?
I mean, yes.
Have you had your communal wine this morning?
Yes, I've had all of the appropriate amounts of alcohol.
Okay, it sounds like just a normal Tuesday. Explosions.
But like not the bus. Not with us on it. That's the thing. That was
Did you see us on the bus when it exploded?
You didn't see everybody on the bus, but you just instinctively know that at least some of you are on the bus.
I saw it from the bus, so maybe I was on the bus. I
the
don't.
wheels on the bus go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what
That's
happened
pretty much
yesterday.
what you saw. So yeah, Ted Jr. does a reply to your question. He's like, well, the gas tank exploding, explosives, grenades, rockets, all of the combustible type stuff.
Right. I just thought it would be hard to get like a rocket underneath the bus. It came from below.
I mean, yeah, that would be hard. Maybe more like a grenade or some sort of explosive or bomb or.
Okay. Well, you know now, so don't let it
Page.
happen. I'm gonna delegate this one on you, Ted.
Oh, great! This is great. All right. Well, as my first decision as manager of not making the bus explode, I am going to decree that Paige has to ride on the roof.
That's good. This is how we can tell that you're
I am
progressing with
already
the Church
on
of
the roof.
Merc. You read my mind without me even having to think it. You truly are becoming
That
more
is-
devoted, Ted Jr.
Really
Well,
redundant.
I'm trying.
Because I'm already on the roof. I don't see the point.
Well, that's great. You just stay up there and don't throw fire at the bottom of the bus. Or at anywhere. Just nowhere in the general vicinity of the bus should there be fire.
No, of course not. I'm not crazy.
All right, I'm gonna focus on driving now. Okay. Anything else that you would like to do before you get to your destination?
I'm gonna drink a little bit of gasoline.
Of course. Okay. Again, surprisingly, the rest of the journey is very uneventful. And you get to the sort of the end of the road. Everywhere from here on out, you're going to need to go on foot, as the sort of a trail that winds up the mountain. And you see it on the map, and the rods are sort of showing you that that's the direction to go. So Ted Jr. parks the bus, and as you're sitting there, you hear battle polka music off in the distance, very faint, getting closer.
Like the same battle polka
What do you-
music from our bus?
Yeah, the same track, but it's obviously on a different vehicle. What do you do?
Let's get ready to fight. Beth's going to find a perch with a sniper rifle to make sure she's ready to go in case of anything. Because with this group, you never know.
Okay. The best one is on top of the bus. There's also some rocks here and there that are big enough you could kind of hide behind them.
Rocks. She knows Wesley is weird, but he has been right in the past. So
All right. So you're hiding behind some rocks. Wesley, what do you do? Speaking
I
of,
think have we stopped and gotten off the bus at this point? This is kind
the
of
bus
loading.
is yeah, the bus is stopped. I don't think anybody's gotten off yet except for Beth. But it is stopped and you could easily hop off.
I think I'm gonna hop off, but I'm standing close to the bus and just looking at my hands like, did I make another us? Is that something I can do now? Would I know if I did that?
Brownie, little Brownie on your shoulder goes, I don't know. That seems kind of weirder than usual.
let's take a moment.
Ted Sr. just looks at you both. What was that?
Let's just take a moment to appreciate that Brownie's becoming the voice of reason here. Going up in the hierarchy.
Is Ted Senior weighing in on
Arky.
this?
Yeah. Ted Sr., of course, leaning on your other shoulder, just looks at you both and goes, you two are both idiots.
Yeah, well, you're the worst Ted that I know, so shut up.
Wait.
Yeah, well, I'm dead and I'm haunting you, so you shut up.
I'm on the roof.
Wait, if I made another us, does that mean that Wesley also has another Ted? Because I don't want any more of you.
Oh, wait, that would be awesome. Finally have somebody with, similar intelligence to talk to.
I think Wesley's just sat down on a rock at this point. It's just having...
Just talking to nothing. Everybody just sees you looking to the left and going, that's a good point, Brownie. Looking to the right and go, shut up, Ted. Okay. Paige, what are you doing?
On the roof. So, roof stuff.
On the roof, okay. Are you preparing any magic or gun or just sort of waiting?
Is there another us? Do I see this?
You could. I think you do have some binoculars somewhere on the bus. You could grab those
I have
and.
them in my pack.
Okay. I think I will make you do a sharp roll. They're pretty far off, so let's see how well that you see.
Oh wow. Oh, so that's a 10 total.
Okay. So with binoculars, it's still hard to make out, but it looks like some sort of bandit vehicle. It's a Jeep. It's obviously been completely rebuilt several times with mismatching parts. But it's got like these big knobbly tires on it, and there's something metal in the back, like that's not the Jeep itself. You can't quite make out what it is. It's too far away. But it's something sort of shiny and metal. And there's about 3 people. They're too far away to tell what kind of people they are, who they are. But that's what you see.
I'm sure they're nice people.
Yeah. Do you relay that to anybody?
Yeah, I kind of relay that. Wait. Do we have comms yet? Because I don't know how I would.
I can't remember if you did or not.
I don't think we do.
Why did you put me on the roof?
Everybody's within shouting distance,
just
though.
yell.
On the roof without comms. Paige will yell, yeah, there's people in the distance. Why'd you put me up here without comms again?
Does one of them look like you?
Uh, do they?
No, you can't tell. They're too far
I
away.
can't tell, they're too far away.
What? You have to talk louder. We can't hear you up there.
I can't tell, they're too far away.
What? We can't hear you. You're too far away up there. I'm gonna see how long it takes for her to, like, catch that we're just playing a joke.
You think we should pray? Do they look that dangerous?
No, we should just be good neighbors. Howdy, neighbor. And Merc waves with one hand and holds Philip up with the other.
Okay. The music gets louder, and before long, the rest of you without binoculars can see what Paige already saw. Paige, as they get closer, I'm assuming you're continuing to look through the binoculars?
Yeah.
Okay. So as they get closer, you can see that there's 3 bandits wearing, a fleece vest, each one. And there's some sort of robot in the back of the Jeep. They do have weapons, mostly just like machine gun type weapons and pistols, things like that. And there's a mounted, some sort of mounted gun looking thing on the top of the Jeep. The battle polka music is getting louder.
They actually do kind of look friendly to me, at least.
What if they're the real us and we're the second us?
You've said a lot of
I don't
weird
care
stuff,
either
my
way.
friend.
We're killing them off either way.
Well, that's not neighborly.
I don't care.
That's just not neighborly. That's sleeve talk right there.
You've managed to make Beth bloodthirsty now. This is, hope you're proud of yourselves.
Beth has always been the loose cannon of the group, right?
Right?
Okay. They are in range for you, Beth, if you want to shoot at them.
Oh, I'm not sure. She's very tempted to kill them off, but she also knows she doesn't want to piss off her party. Although the weapons do look really nice, and plus Robot is kind of scary looking. And maybe not something she wants to deal with. I think overall shoot, I don't know. Really tempted just to fire, but
Okay.
I mean, it's
I'm
not
gonna
like
say
we haven't
that,
met bad robots in the past or anything. Every robot we've met has been friendly so far.
I'm gonna say then that, Beth, you're stuck switching the safety on and off on your sniper
Sounds
rifle,
good,
deliberating for a little
sounds
while. They continue to get closer. Now they are in range that everybody can see them pretty clearly. They are definitely bandits wearing vests, wielding assault rifles, though they are not pointed at you. There is a mounted saw blade launcher on top of the Jeep. And there's a robot in the back. Which
They're not wearing sleeves. They're clearly friends.
May I
Let's see.
remind you who we just eliminated a lot of?
Yeah, but we killed them.
that's true.
And we sent their spirits into afterlife wearing sleeves for all eternity, so that really sent a message, I'm sure.
Why does that feel like the darkest part of what we've done so far?
Because
don't
sleeves
know.
are evil.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say then that you spend enough time talking about it that they get close enough to stop a decent distance away. And Zan, was Sleeve Saya the name that you were going with?
Yes,
'Cause
that's
you know what
that's
this
the
robot
model
is.
number. The model number is what is it? 5L33V3 514H. Code name
Okay.
Lucy. But yes, Sleeve Saya.
Okay. So they hop out of the Jeep and lower this robot down, and they go, "Behold, the Sleeve Saya!" And the robot activates. And I will let you take it away, Zan.
Hello! It's great to be here. My consciousness has just begun. I'm here to liberate the world of sleeves. Is it time for chaos?
One of the bandits kind of walks over slowly and goes, "Hey, Merc, we finished your robot, but we need your help."
Okay, cool.
Mm,
Does this thing have like any weapons or anything? And you'll see it pull a chain, a stick out of its belly that becomes a giant, comically oversized morning star. As it stands there mechanically smiling, without a face or any kind of emotion, and Merc will go, "Oh, okay, cool. Wesley, you're in charge." And Merc will hop into the driver's seat.
Okay.
Merc, what did you do? What is this?
I commissioned the thing. Don't worry. I'm sure he'll lead the way. He'll lead the way to the promised land where shoulders are bare and breezes are cool.
The bandit that was in the passenger seat goes, thank the sleeveless Merc. You're coming to help us. You gotta come see what's going on. The heretical sleeveless group is attacking us back at the camp and trying to tell us that they're the true sleeveless way."
Oh, that's a problem. Okay, sounds like I've got bigger fish to fry, guys. Yeah. Wesley, you're in charge. Ted Jr., you're second. I think you've got potential, Ted Jr. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. Avoid sobriety, my friends. And Merc will hop in the van in the Jeep.
You're leaving us?
Well, there's a religious war to fight, and I've kind of been itching to start a holy war for a while now.
Well, I'm putting my sleeves back on. Goodness.
Excuse me, that's a violation of protocol.
As you're having that conversation, a Cessna-sized plane crosses the sky overhead. It's towing the banner, "Sleeve Saya has cometh."
Did we have a plane? How did we get a plane? And why weren't we using the plane?
I don't know what's going on right now. All of you need to deal with this, and I need to go away.
Oh, wait, can other people see this thing? I thought this thing was one of the things I saw, and you all looked at me about. Do you all
No,
see?
I'm fully corporeal.
I don't trust it.
Don't worry.
So, Zan, I just want to make sure I'm picturing this right. So does Sleeve Saya actually look like a claptrap?
Oh yeah, Sleeve Saya is definitely a claptrap, but like the little flappy things the claptrap has on its shoulder.
Yeah,
It doesn't have
they're not there.
those.
Okay.
Those are
Those are
filthy
sleeves.
metal sleeves. Otherwise, yeah, it mostly looks
DM.
like a claptrap.
Thank you, Michael. A D6 to me? I'm sure I won't use that for any nefarious purposes. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Very cool.
Just use the comms if you need to get a hold of me.
I don't think we have those.
Bye.
God damn it.
Okay.
Hello,
So,
best friends. What are we going to do today? Did you know it's my birthday? Are we going to have a party? Hoo ha, hoo ha ha. Birthday party. Hoo ha.
Beth is going to remove the safety on her sniper rifle and aim it at the
Okay. Do you say anything?
She's not firing yet, but she's considering it. Maybe toggling it on and off again.
What do you do?
I destroy the infidels.
Okay, that
And
sounds.
dance.
Okay.
Beth fires.
Oh my god. That's gonna be kick some ass versus act under pressure.
To see if you can dance out of the way.
Oh goodness. Versus act under pressure. Okay. First roll a new character. Oh goodness. That's. Oh, act under pressure is cool, isn't it?
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Oh. I'm sorry. It's what my character would do, and it's honestly what I would do too.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your rolls.
Sorry, it kicked me out when I had to reset my Chrome. I'm so sorry, guys.
I mean, that's one way to start with that character.
2d6, right?
Yes. Plus your tough.
Hmm.
Which
I think my tough's a
yeah,
2.
you cannot succeed
Hmm.
at this point. Kazan got an 11, so that's a full success versus a partial success, unless you really want to go after it and use d6s or d4s. But
Oh,
Oh, I want to so badly, but I know we might need it later.
no.
We'll just take the miss.
You don't
We'll
want to
take
use.
the miss.
okay,
You don't want to use all our resources on fighting each other.
No.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Sleeve Saya, you are able to dodge that bullet. Just describe how you avoid this bullet that was fired at you, short range with a sniper rifle. You muted.
They start doing a worm, just casually dodging anything as the dust pops from underneath them.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. What does everybody else do? Also, Sleeve Saya, what pronouns does Sleeve Saya have?
I think Sleep Saya has evolved beyond gender, so they will be they, them.
Okay.
Or it.
Okay, and that's 5133V3514H.
Yes. It is a 5L33V3-514H.
Okay, so there is an L in there.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I got your character name changed on the
Thank
overlay.
you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of it from Paige.
Okay. Wesley, you're in charge now. So
he's hating
what do you-
that. I'm hating that. Wait. Half of those things that he said are things that we do. The dancing is weird, but oh God, why am I in charge? This isn't right. What is happening?
Can we kill him, please?
I mean, I don't know. Usually things this strange are just in my head, is what you keep telling me.
You're the leader now. Make a decision. Do we kill him? Leave him on the side of the road? Scrap him for parts? Please.
So, Wesley, you get some input. You get counsel from Brownie, who's like, I don't know if Merc said that he's our friend, then he must be our friend. We should probably keep him around. And Ted Sr.'s like, he's actually kind of entertaining and is doing a lot to alleviate my absolute boredom. So yeah, let's keep him around.
Brownie brings up some good points, but Ted liking you is a strike against you.
Then let's kill him. Paige, what do you think?
I think we should throw it away.
Shoot it
Wait.
through the eye socket and leave it on the side of the road.
Point of order. It has a pointy stick. I did not see us getting killed by a pointy stick. He stays.
Oh.
You notice it has stopped dancing and has taken out a small flask that smells strongly of gasoline, and a small flap opens. Closes
Can
its
it
flask.
breathe fire?
Well, at least that's the same.
Can it breathe fire?
Okay.
How close are we to this vault again? I don't want to stay with this a minute longer than I have to.
Right.
I want it to breathe. Can I modify it to breathe fire?
We are still adjacent to the bus. No fire near the bus. Ted Jr.
You hear from the inside, yeah, no fire near the bus, or I'll shoot you in the face.
Oh shit.
But fire.
Wesley put me in charge of making sure the bus doesn't blow up, so I'll shoot you in the face if you get fire near it.
Well, shit. Y'all heard it. Ted Jr. is gonna shoot people. I guess let's go up the mountain. There's a mountain, right? We're in a mountain.
There is a mountain that is on the map where it's got like a little treasure chest symbol and then question mark next to it.
Oh, should we grab our magic pointy sticks?
They are still attached to the front of the bus. You can pull them off.
Sure. I will do so.
Okay. All right, so you've got the sticks. They're pointing up the mountain, same direction as the map. How would you describe the procession up the mountain? Like, what are you doing as you're walking up this trail? It's not very steep yet. It's sort of a winding. You get the feeling that you're going to be zigzagging up this mountain quite a bit. So the path currently is not too narrow. That's wide enough. There probably about two of you could walk comfortably side by side on this trail.
Beth's gonna see if there's any way she can like casually knock off the robot off the side of the cliff without anyone else noticing.
You spot off in the distance. You can kind of see where the trail heads up, and there's a couple spots up higher where you could potentially do that, but currently no.
I think Wesley would try to be in front so as to conceal the look of terror on his face as he's debating with himself this new leadership position and how he has no idea what he's doing.
Okay.
But he's still having that
Okay.
conversation out loud, so it's not actually concealing anything.
Okay. So Sleeve Saya and Paige, sounds like you're probably bringing up the rear then?
Um,
Uh,
I just
how do you proceed?
Paige is just chatting up sleeves. So about that fire thing.
Yeah.
I think.
What about the fire?
I think we can because you drink gasoline. I think we can possibly if you can belch gasoline. We can
Well,
put out
that's
fire.
because I'm a machine. A dancing machine. Machines need fuel.
Oh. So setting it on fire would not be good.
I think that might actually be fatal.
Hmm. Yeah, we need to kill it. We need to kill you.
You were definitely a claptrap.
Yep.
Zan.
Yep.
Okay. Well then, in that case, that noise is actually a bit of an omen there. So I just heard this.
Yes,
What
yes,
was
sorry.
that?
They're doing major construction near my apartment. I'm trying to stay muted as much as I can.
You're good. It was just funny because I was about to say, as you proceed, since everyone's distracted, yeah, you don't really notice the grenade that got lobbed at you from behind one of the little hills, and it goes off. Fortunately, they didn't aim all that well. Either that, or they didn't intend to blow you up in the first place. Just wanted to get your attention. But it goes off well ahead of you, and which one is it? Patrick. Evens or odds?
Odds.
Odds. Okay. It's evens. Okay. So, yeah, out from behind that hill, somebody with a Dashing Dan company logo steps out. Very clearly high-tech stuff. Steps out and goes, "Oh, so here you are. I thought we could catch you coming up this way. And, oh look, it looks like you have stolen Dashing Dan Corporation tech. We'll definitely have to confiscate that."
Please,
Hello?
or just
Afraid I can't
knock
let
it
you
off
go
the
any further.
cliff.
Hello, weary traveler. Would you like to hear the glorious news of the sleeveless path?
I would not.
Then face
I'm
imminent
not getting paid
destruction.
to listen to it. Right. Well, look, before you go all whatever that is wielding at me, could have blown you up,
It's a
but I
morning
decided to give
star.
you a warning. That's fantastic. Good for you. I came to give you a warning, because you see, Barks Corporation sent out a hit on you. And while we're also pissed off at you, we kind of hate Barks a little bit more than we hate you at the moment. So we thought we'd give you the heads up so you can wipe them out. While you're at it, there's been some rumors that there's some sort of dragon that guards that treasure vault. So you could go ahead and take care of that. That'd be great too. We'll be in touch. And with that, he sort of gets this like glitchy looking appearance and then it phases into nothingness. Kind of goes invisible.
Wait, I thought they were
Before
going
you
to take
go,
that robot.
would you like a pamphlet?
There's no response.
Oh well.
Was there a person really there? Something threw a grenade, right? That happened.
I'm confused.
I feel like they just do holograms a lot. Or do they really exist? Is there a guy? Is there a Dan person?
So from like off a little ways, you hear somebody yelling at you going, "Oh my god, how have you survived this long? Yes, I'm real. I'm still here. I didn't take the robot because, well, maybe it'll kill one of you before I have to confiscate it. So when you're done with your task, then I'll take the robot."
That's following the sound of the noise.
If you'd like to track it, you can roll sharp.
I'll continue to distract it by distraction by just blabbering
let's-
nonsense.
Do this. I have a different thing. Plus, yeah, no, partial success. 7's partial, right?
Yeah. So 6 is the is fail, 7 is the bottom end of partial success. So
Okay, so a partial success.
partial success. You can tell the general direction. Like, you can look over and see a hilltop and go, okay, he's probably somewhere on that hill, probably towards the top of it, but you couldn't really pinpoint where.
I'm gonna start hunting him down.
I'm confused. Is this because we did so well in our job interview back at the camp?
That
No.
was a job interview? What?
Yeah, with the thing where like your boss was there. I don't think you were there because you're alive, but like we killed his other security, and like that showed that like we're good at things. That was an interview, right? Because otherwise he just like threw a bunch of people to die, and that would look pretty stupid on his part.
There's no answer.
Hello, hologram person.
You literally just hear crickets chirping.
I track the source of the obviously, like, fake cricket chirping. Let's try this again.
They're real crickets.
Crickets. Gosh dang it.
You're going up a mountain, so they're real crickets. It's just coincidental timing. So you know somebody's coming after you. If the Dashing Dan employee is to be believed, there's a Barks Corporation hit squad on this mountain somewhere looking for you, and apparently rumors of a quote-unquote dragon.
Right. So it sounds like we have to kill Barks people when they show up. Then there'll be a dragon that we have to kill. Then I assume the hologram asshole will show up and we'll have to kill him too. Because I assume they're just waiting for us to kill the other people. So get your pointy shit and shooty shit ready.
Your
That's actually
pessimistic
really good
outlook sounds the
leadership.
most likely.
Good job, Wesley. You're really coming into your own.
Would
Ted
anyone
Senior
like
chimes
some
in.
trivia?
And goes, "Hey, you know, that's not half stupid. Good job." I mean, yeah, the Dashing Dan guys will probably come in and kill all of you at the end of it. That's what I would do. But, you know, good job. You came up with a half decent plan.
Really? Is that what you would do, Ted? Or would you hide behind a door and then get shot? Because that's what you did. Don't need your shit right now, Ted. I didn't want this position.
Is Ted my new
It's
name?
like, hey, I was a bandit with very limited resources. If I had the resources Dashing Dan had, then yeah, that's what I'd do. But I didn't.
I feel like Ted Sr. is kind of like the Jack AI in Tales from the Borderlands.
I haven't played that, but from what I've heard, you might not be far off. The great thing about it, though, is Wesley's the only one hearing this. It's the rest of you just hearing Wesley yell at thin air.
Is this what we're doing now? Are we having imaginary conversations? Why, yes! Thank you for the birthday wishes, other claptrap!
Oh my gosh, shut up!
Did you know it's my birthday?
I did know that because you said it 20 times now.
All right, so you see the bottom of that cliff?
Yes.
I hid your birthday present there. You have to jump off the cliff to get it.
That seems silly. Did you know the average price of a teacup skag is about $2,500?
I feel like if nothing else, pushing him off a cliff would be a waste of a good box that can absorb a lot of bullets when we have to fight 3 rounds of people. Or 3 rounds of
You know
Can
what?
we,
That's not a bad point.
Can we
He's
attach
right, I'm
guns?
semi-bulletproof.
Hey,
Can we attach guns to
Sleeve
it?
Savior guy,
Please?
whatever your name is. I didn't bother to learn it.
I'm the sleeve sire.
Shoot. Sorry. Is there any way to turn off your voice box? Theoretically.
No! I have no internal monologue either. I'm stuck in hell. An endless purgatory.
Oh my god.
Apparently, so are we.
By the way, that's another 5 interactions on Twitter, so it's another D4 to the cast and to me. Thank you, everybody, for interacting with that.
Given all of that bullshit, maybe somebody who's better. I don't want to say better at seeing things than me, because I mean I clearly see some things that you all can't see, but better at seeing conventional things than me should be in first of the line.
Don't worry, I'll enable stealth mode. Da, 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 da. And I'll
And
go
Ken,
up to the front.
I think
try-
removing its voice box would be a great idea. Now that Sleep Size out of earshot, Fate says that.
Okay, so we've got Sleepside taking point. Who's behind Sleepside?
I think we should remove its voice box.
Beth will be in back, first of all, as far away from Sleeve Saya as possible. Second off, so if she needs to snipe, she's ready for it. If she's ready to drop and lay some cover.
Yeah. Paige
Okay.
is
So we've
right
got.
next to Beth.
All right, so Wesley, that puts you in the middle. All right. As you progress up this trail, it gets more and more steep as you go along. In fact, at one point, the way that the rocks are sort of been weathered and cut out of this trail, and with how steep it is in this particular part, it's almost like stairs.
Oh no, my dreaded enemy!
Yes!
Stairs!
Sleep Saya, would you like to try to get up these stairs?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a tough roll for that.
Meh.
Mixed success. How would you like to get up the stairs? And then we'll modify that if need be.
I think he would like to try to walk up the stairs on his hands. Its hands.
Okay. So Sleep Saya is able to start doing that, but then you kind of lose your balance. So it's sort of a take 3 steps forward, 1 step back, the whole way, and it's very loud. And there's clattering.
Whoa,
Sort of like doop doop crash, doop doop crash.
whoa, 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 whoa.
And for some reason, Beth becomes more homicidal. I'm assuming the rest of you follow.
Uh-huh.
I'm at the base of the stairs, just like, you got it? Are you good? Are everything okay up there?
Oh yeah, everything's great. I'm just getting a new view on the world. It's upside down.
Okay. As you move along, you're able to get past the quote-unquote stairs, and you approach that spot, Beth, where it's one of the first spots where you're pretty sure you could knock something off the trail and send it down a cliff. It's also starting to get cold.
She's having an internal debate with herself and like also happens to be like fingering the safety on her sniper rifle just as an anxious movement. Like, do I do it? Is that far enough to actually kill him? He will absorb bullets for us later. So she's just having this internal dialogue and ends up missing it.
Okay. As you cross this narrow pathway, it is sort of a single file. So to the left of you, there's a solid rock face. There's the narrow path, and then to the right of you is just a drop off into this little pit or chasm, whatever you would like to call it. May not die if you fall down there, but you definitely would be severely injured. So definitely a good idea not to fall down that. As you're all single file on this section, that's when you hear this sort of loud, growly roar from something off in the distance up ahead. It even kind of shakes the ground a little bit. Not enough to where you feel like you're going to fall off, but certainly enough to probably freak you out if you're a little nervous about heights already. How do y'all react to that? What do you do, if anything?
Make sure all weapons are locked and loaded and in easy reach. Safeties come off. Just ready for a fight, ready to lay down, looking at the most advantageous to lay down and take cover. And
can I enchant Beth's gun?
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially.
Oh, goodness. What would you like to do?
I would like to enchant Beth's gun so that it does more damage and is magic.
Okay. Describe this enchantment. What makes it do more damage? Like, what's our flavor text on this gun?
So Paige is a fire wizard. So this is going to make the bullets catch on fire as they leave the barrel, and the barrel will kind of turn red.
Okay. So you're wanting to add incendiary damage to the shots?
Yeah.
That is certainly possible. Let's roll weird and see how well you do.
Oh, that was off the table. That was also very, very... There we go. So, I'm going to use an extra d6.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
I take it that was going to be a fail.
that was a 1 and a 2.
Oof.
So that's a 6. That's a 1, a 2, a 6, and a 3. And plus 3 is 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 instead of 6.
Okay. So you succeed. So Beth, your sniper rifle now does an extra 1 fire damage. Okay. So Beth is locking and loading. Paige is enchanting Beth's sniper rifle. Wesley and Sleeveside, what's your reaction to this roaring noise, especially after hearing that there's a quote-unquote dragon in the area?
Have we made it past that narrow ledge yet, or are we still on it?
You're still on it.
And you said that we've kind of got like an ice wall or a mountain wall to our back, and then this pit in front, and we're kind of like shimmying almost or single filing.
Yeah, I mean, it's wide enough that you can walk across it without having to shimmy or anything like that. But it's narrow enough that if you're afraid of heights or a little bit nervous or a little shaky or maybe a little drunk, you might have some concerns. And it's shaking a little bit because the roar is so loud. So that's kind of what you're looking at.
I was programmed to say, "Hello, neighbor."
There's no response.
Hello, 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 hello.
I think Wesley's just gonna have his shotgun ready, and then he's gonna try and cheat this narrow ledge by phasing into the mountain and staying in there until we get past the narrow part.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird for that. Oh. So it's a total failure. And I'm mixing up things with Paige's. This is gonna suck. So remind me, somebody on magic use when it's a fail. Without that, is it all the glitches at once?
I don't know, because it's because incorporeal, like as it's written, you don't roll for it, but we always have.
Oh.
But it's always.
If you don't have to.
But you.
I've always just gone with it because I
Okay.
figured it was more fun if it could fail.
Okay. Yeah, if it doesn't say that you have to roll for it or anything, then that's just something that you can do. So I apologize for not understanding that before.
Because I feel like it's still like you can. I don't know. I feel like if I'm not good at it, I can still like take damage or some shit. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, use magic on a fail. It's DM's discretion.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, just because I think it would be funny.
It's a really hard move. But it's mainly DM's discretion.
Okay. So yeah, you phase into the mountain, and I'm just gonna say, just because of the roll and it being funny, like your foot gets stuck for a second. So like your shoe's stuck, and you kind of have to like pull your foot out of your shoe, and then phase in to grab the shoe, and then pull it out, and then put your shoe back on.
I'm just trying to wave people around like, no, I meant to do this. Keep going. This was calculated. This is all according to management style, and I'm not crumbling under pressure. It's just a shoe. Keep going.
Okay, fantastic. So eventually, after all that, you get around this narrow sort of path, and you're back onto something where you've got something on either side of you. Path opens up a little bit, and it starts to curve around to the left, getting ready to sort of do the zag to the zig that you were just on, going up this mountain. And as you come around the corner, that's when you noticed something dangerous. And we're going to take a break, and then we'll say what that dangerous thing is. So we'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Feel free to hydrate, bio, stretch your legs, grab snacks, whatever you'd like. And in about 10 minutes, we'll come back and we'll find out what is waiting for our group around this corner. Be right back.
Bye.
And we're back. So, as I mentioned, the party goes around the corner, and that's when you spot about half a dozen Sparks Corporation guys all staring at you, and you hear them all chamber rounds on their guns. You're basically forming a firing squad right in front of you.
I would like to make a big entrance.
Oh dear, what is this?
When you make a showy entrance into a dangerous situation, roll plus cool. Everyone stops to watch and listen to you until you finish your opening speech. On a 7 to 9, you pick one creature to stop, watch and listen until you finish talking. On a miss, you are marked as the biggest threat by all enemies present.
Both of these sound like a win.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
That's great. I have spectacular cool.
Five.
Yep, we're playing
Awesome.
claptraps accurately. So I'm gonna roll right up with my my happy little wheel, and go. Hello, foolish infidels! Please put your weapons down and embrace the sleeveless path. That way, you can join our bandit armies.
So the one that you're in front of kind of looks at the one next to him and goes, did it say anything about them having a robot? I don't think so. Are we sure these are the right people? I don't know, but this thing's annoying as hell. We should shoot it. Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Please do.
Does that count as dutiful? Whenever I act accordance with any of my fate tags, then mark experience. If it's a heroic tag, then take 1 plus 1 forward. My heroic tags are you are the champion and you can save the world. My doom tags are no normal life and a host of monsters.
Okay. I'd say that probably fits because you're about to get lit up.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go the other way around from what we did last time, though. So I'm gonna say I'll go Wesley, Beth, Paige, Sleeve Saya, and then the baddies. So at this point, it's basically we had Sleeve Saya go, then the baddies doing a little conversation. So now it'll be Wesley's turn. You do not have to fight. There are other options, but you can do whatever.
Yeah, did you all say you were looking for people?
Yeah, we're looking for some bandits that burned down the corporate headquarters. One of them was like phased through walls, and then there was a fire person.
Huh.
What are you all doing here? I mean, you kind of fit the description, except there's not like this weird monster guy, and you've got a robot.
Beth kind of stepped forward. She doesn't exactly have the charm, but to help Wesley.
Let's see what Wesley's going to do first, and then potentially yes.
No. Yeah, we've got a robot, and then we've got our sniper friend. There's no like big monster or anybody with us. That's right. I can see the confusion. That
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't like fire.
So what were you gonna do, Beth?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like we have someone with ice powers, sniper, not necessarily just like a regular mercenary, but a sniper, a robot, and an average Joe.
yeah, I mean we're not we don't really have any desire to get in with corporations or anything. We've just got some sticks that we're following, and they told us to go up the mountain. Oh,
He's
also
from bandit stock.
Also,
Oh.
we've got a brownie and then a ghost. I don't know if the people on your list had ghosts or not.
Well, it said that they were really weird, but I'm not sure if they were this weird.
I am really weird.
Tell you what.
Clearly,
I mean,
Wesley and I are married, and these are our children.
No. No, thank you.
It's my birthday.
Does Beth actually say that? Okay, good. Okay. So Wesley, roll charm.
I think this is why we don't try to talk our way out of things more. It always ends in a charm roll. That's significantly better than I expected. Do we want to throw an extra thing on top of this? We got some D4, D6s, right?
Yeah, you got 3d4 and 2d6s.
What do y'all think? D4?
Uh-huh.
Nice. That's a full success. So, what happens is you say your story there. Everybody kind of chimes in to try to help. They're like, well, yeah, you don't really. We're looking for this one guy mostly, and I don't think he's with you all. The one guy kind of whispers to the other and goes, "Oh yeah, how attached are you to your robot?"
Like physically attached? I think he just stands on its own.
Perfect. So we were thinking about doing some target practice.
Ooh.
That looks like a great moving target. Would you mind if we borrowed your robot for a little while we're waiting for this other group to come?
That's against my protocol.
See, the thing is, I heard we heard there might be like a dragon too, and he felt like good dragon bait if we needed to get away from a dragon. Oh, also,
Oh yeah.
you all should watch out. There is what's his name? Charming Chadwell,
Charming Charlie.
dancing Dave.
Dancing
That
Dave.
the fancy asshole with the big business.
Dancing Dave was a touring ballet group that broke up 7 years ago. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interject this fun trivia.
They just sort of groan. Do you mean like what's that guy's name? Had that tailoring business that went pretty big. Dapper Donald, I think.
Yeah, that guy. They're around too. We ran into one of his assholes, but it maybe not, because then they like shimmered. I think they're a hologram. I don't know if he has any real employees, but they're around the mountain too, and they were talking shit about you all. So I'd watch out.
Oh, you must mean Dashing Dan.
Sure.
Yeah, those guys are assholes. All right, well, we'll keep an eye out for it. But hey, thanks for the tip.
We go around.
We'll get out of your way. Yeah, that's cool. We'll get out of your way here. I mean, we're only getting paid to murderize, those other people. So, you're fine. You can go by.
Okay. Good talk. Watch out for those guys.
So they step out of the way, let you pass, and then they sort of form their firing squad again and get ready for the other yous to come up.
Knew they were gonna come in somewhere. Other us is. Beth's gonna give.
Are there
Beth-
really other us's? Did I do that? Because the bus wasn't them, but what if I did it anyway?
Maybe, but for now, I'm just gonna say you did a really good job. Good job, Wesley. Pats him on the back. You know.
Another
Lets him know.
successful mission accomplished thanks to Sleeve Saya's
Oh my
great
gosh, shut
interpersonal
up!
skills. Did I not think that? Sorry.
Paige whispers in Beth's ear, please let me remove its voice box. Please.
I've got to ask, does Paige ask about doing that with me too? Because most of my inner monologue is out loud as well. And if y'all have talked about removing my voice box, I'd really rather know that. Like, no shame in it. It's just good information for me to have.
There's more crickets chirping.
The silence is not inspiring confidence.
Don't worry, let me inspire your confidence. How would you like some battle polka? As noise starts to blast from unseen speakers.
I'm conflicted because I like it. But also, that's mainly for killing. I feel like we don't want to overuse the polka. It should have a special reverence. I don't know. I feel like these are not decisions I asked to make.
Also, are you saying that it is a holy hymn?
I'm supposed to write shit down. Sure, yes. yes.
Great. That note has been taken. Thank you for your leadership.
It takes notes. I take notes.
So, could you say it's a battle hymn? Fantastic. Okay, do you skedaddle away from these guys, or are you hanging around them? Okay, moving along. Okay, cool. You head up the hill. Beth, there's another cliff like the first one, where you've got an opportunity.
Is he still singing polka? Then he lives for now.
Okay. As you get further and further up the mountain, there's another shimmery spot up ahead of you. And the same Dashing Dan guy as before goes, you know, it's not nice to talk about people behind their backs like that.
Well, it's if you ever came in person instead of using the holograms, we could talk to you that way.
It's called a stealth God, how? I don't know how you've survived as long as you have, but see, the idea was for you to kill them back there, not just talk your way out of things. Like that you never talk your way out of things.
We're doing new
I'm
things.
kind of at a loss here, guys.
Yeah, we're trying to have a new tactic.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Fine. Now I've got to go kill them, so thanks for that.
Oh, if you're going back, would you do me a favor?
I've been doing you favors, and you did not return it, so I'm not inclined to say yes, but what is it?
Will you deliver to them a pamphlet about the evils of sleeves?
You know what? Sure.
Fantastic. Please wait.
Claptrap. Or Sleeve Savior. What was his name?
Sleeve
What's his
Saya. Sleeve Saya.
Sleeve Saya. Maybe you should join him and sing the battle hymn for him as he's trying to kill them.
No,
God, please don't.
It's important for our leader to hear the battle hymn. And you notice there's a noise as a few slips of paper are sliding out of the butt region of the claptrap.
Oh my god.
As that's where his printer is, and he hands a bundle of folded papers to him. These are the pamphlets talking about the glory of the sleeveless way. Thank you for your dedication.
Great, thanks. I'll be sure to spread these around after I murder them so everybody thinks it was you lot that killed them.
I printed an extra one for you.
Appreciate it. Fantastic. Well, I'm gonna go murder those guys. Preesh. And he disappears and walks off.
That was successful. This is a great birthday.
Can
I
you
know why
not
you didn't fight
say
the
that?
big group of people. Is there a reason you didn't try to kill him?
He wasn't actually there. That was just a shimmer. He's projecting from a different place.
See, that's what I said, but then he said he was there.
Can you
He's saying he's in
hear-
the general vicinity. I've seen tech like this before.
You hear a yell from further down the trail going, "I'm not a damn hologram!"
If you aren't a hologram, come and say that to our faces.
If I was a hologram, I'd just show up right in front of you instead of yelling across the trail.
You're very bad at stealth. Would you like to enroll in my stealth classes?
Oh, God, shut that thing up. You know what? I was gonna confiscate it later because it's technically stolen tech. But I think it's worse if you keep it, so merry birthday.
Thank you.
You are the worst.
And this guy just keeps going.
I feel like I need to point out, he's the only one to wish me a happy birthday.
Wait a sec. Can holograms take pamphlets?
That's not in my programming.
Given the silence, sounds like nobody knows.
What? I don't.
After a few minutes, though, you do hear some gunfire and screaming, an explosion, then a Wilhelm scream, and then everything goes quiet. And it's coming from the direction of where those Barks Corporation guys were.
It sounds like he successfully spread the gospel. We should leave.
I will point out, too, that this guy does have, like, mega sleeves. Every time he's shown up, they're, like, carbon fiber armor-looking sleeves.
No, I'm pretty sure those are his arms.
You're muted there, Wesley.
I know. I'm just cursed.
Okay.
It's got extra sleeves.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure those are
And gloves.
just his arms. I haven't seen any skin, so they might just be his arms. He may be a fellow kindred robot.
He does kind of look like Zero in terms of build, so Zero from Borderlands 2. In terms of his build and just body shape and whatnot. But he doesn't have a helmet on. Uh-oh.
Sorry. I don't know why that happened.
Sorry. We'll just have to play musical cameras real quick. But he didn't have a helmet. Like, you could see a face. So he didn't look like a robot. Let me have everybody turn your cameras off.
Sorry.
Sure.
It's okay. Last. Patrick? Gwen? Zan. There we go. Maybe?
Zan seems frozen.
Yep. We can hear you.
I look so forlorn. Do you want me to try stopping and restarting mine? Since I'm last?
Yeah. Try turning it off and on again.
There we go.
Sleeve Sai is having an error. There you go. Yeah. So, the rods are still pointing you onward and upward. Where do you go from here? What do you do?
We keep moving.
Yeah, I guess we just keep climbing, and I think we should use this time to think to ourselves about how to murder holograms for when that hologram comes back. I want as a leader, group assignment, think about murdering holograms.
Do we have any electronic equipment?
Whose idea was
Yes.
to put Leslie in charge?
Okay, we're gonna try to electrocute him, and that should destroy the hologram. And we'll have to break apart whatever electronic has the
That sounds
To do it.
fatal.
That's the idea.
I'm sensing hostilities. Would you like to know that, according to the most recent census data, the number one occupation for farmers was farming?
Oh my god. Bat just flipping you off. Wesley, Ted Sr. does lean on your shoulder and goes, you know, that's a fair point. Kind of makes sense that farmers, farming. What about farmers with, like, 2 jobs, though?
They don't all
I guess it would still be...
They don't all have two jobs, Ted. That's why the most common one is farm, because they all fall.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Brownie chimes in and goes, now, does that mean just plant farming or, like, animal farming?
My hallucinations want to know if that includes plant farming or animal farming.
One moment, please. Let me search my databanks.
They're searching their databanks.
Yep.
Plant farming,
See,
in particular, the number one crop being bum turnips.
Ooh. Yeah, see, we can hear your friends, but they can't hear us.
Right. It's easier if I just do this for everybody, because that way I don't have to keep track of who's here and who's not.
Ted Sr. chimes in and goes, yeah, Brownie, give the dumbass a break. And he leans in closer and right up to your ear, Wesley, goes, I'm haunting you.
You're doing a shit job of it, Ted. Just like you did a shit job at staying alive.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have to... Oh, crap, I do have to take this shit. Well, shut up.
Yeah, are you haunting me or am I haunting you, Ted? You're stuck here. Fuck you.
Oh,
Who's haunting who?
It's a good question. Do you head on up further at this point? Okay. We're gonna fast forward a bit. There's a lot of hiking. Some climbing of stair-like rocks again.
A lot of attempts to murder the Sleeve Zaya.
Sleeve Saya, yep.
A lot of it murder attempts. None of them succeeded. Wait, can I get an
Here's
XP just for
caught my
saying I failed at
headphones.
something?
No, you'd have to roll for it. If you'd like to roll to shoot Sleeve Sai, you can.
No, I'm not trying to shoot him. I'm trying to knock him off a cliff.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. At some point, she does that. Zan, will we be cool? Will we be cool if she tries to kill him? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hoping for a failure. Gosh dang it. What am I gonna put that under?
That's kick some ass, so tough.
Oh, 9.
9, okay. That's gonna
Please
be a
don't let
hacked
me
under pressure
succeed.
for Sleeve Saya.
Sorry.
How does Sleeve Saya avoid getting pushed off the cliff?
Sleeve Saya just thinks that they are attempting to play high fives. Ha ha! Ha ha!
So, Beth, you get high-fived. Sleeve Saya is still there.
Beth, I think a good idea would be attaching guns to it.
You know, it's not. This is the second time I've tried to murder him, and he's not dead. I think this guy's immortal.
I doubt that highly.
Maybe this whole sleeve thing was true the whole time.
If
Maybe
you
it
don't
really
think I'm
was a religion.
immortal, we can go to the bottom of a lake and see who can hold their breath longer. I think I'll win.
That's fantastic. All right. After that, you finally get to the end of the trail. And you notice there are some bits of rock that look like they're not naturally occurring. Or at least they're strewn about from rubble. You can kind of just barely make out what used to be a statue. Some stones that are scattered around that look like maybe they were once stacked up to be a stone wall. And the trail just ends at this sheer rock face that's standing right in front of you. Almost looks like it could be a cave, but there's no opening. It's just flat rock.
Use the sticks.
The sticks are pointing right towards that flat rock face. That's really, really tall, like several stories tall.
Fear not, this is a hologram. We learned about those today. And Sleeve Saya is going to just right into the cliff face.
Okay. Let's have you roll. I'm gonna go with tough on this one. 13, fantastic. So yeah, you charge and you slam right into the rock face. But you're a tough little robot and you don't take any damage.
Correction.
But it's like those
Oh
videos
my gosh,
of...
she really is immortal.
It's like those videos of people doing the Harry Potter train station parody where they run into the wall rather than through it. That's kind of what it looks like.
This is, in fact, not a hologram. Today, we've learned something.
As you're making that racket of ramming into the stone wall, you hear that roar again, and this time it's closer. What do you do?
Is it coming?
Hello! Would you like to hear the gospel of the sleeveless way?
You hear the roar again, and it's closer.
Is the roar coming from above us?
Kinda, yeah. Do you look around?
I don't have a neck.
Wesley, Beth, Paige, anybody looking around for the source of this noise, or just sort of standing here looking at the rock wall?
I guess I'll look. I was waiting for someone else to do something, and that did not happen at all. So Beth's gonna look around. Although we know her
Okay.
tracking skills are right there.
Okay, so describe the process of looking for this. Like, how is Beth reacting? What's her current mood? Where is she looking specifically?
She's gonna be suspicious of the rock wall because that seems to be some sort of unnatural element given everything. So she's wondering if maybe the creature resides inside there. So she's gonna see if it's coming from there, and if not, kind of look up, try to pinpoint the sound of it.
Okay. Roll sharp. Let's see how much information you glean from that action. All right. Plus.
It's a +1 for my sharp.
Okay, so 8. So it's a mixed success. You look at the stone wall, and yeah, it does look a little funny as you take a closer look at it. You can't put your finger on what it is that bothers you about it, but it looks different. And then as you look up, you can see off in the distance what looks like a literal dragon. It is red with wings and legs, and it looks like a dragon, and it is flying in your direction.
Can I try? I've got a move that I feel like never works out for us, but might work here.
What is it?
It's just the sight. I can see invisible things, especially spirits and magical influences. I could potentially communicate with spirits you see. It gives me more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery. So I wonder if, like Lyridium vision, if there's anything Lyridium related to this cliff wall or these abnormal rocks, if I see any like touch of that to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's when you investigate a mystery? Okay, so go ahead and roll sharp. And we'll see. Fantastic success. So yeah, as you look at the rock wall a little closer with your Lyridium sight, you see purple glowing runes all over the wall. You're not really able to read it, but you can see that it's definitely got words written on there in some sort of weird alien-looking language. And your guess would be that it's maybe how to open it. If you look over at the dragon, it's also got this like weird purple, glowy, smoky kind of aura to it as you look at it with your Lyridium sight. And it's getting closer.
There's like weird magic invisible marker on the door, and it spells things I can't read. Like weird letters, not just that I can't read it, because I can read.
Can I
I
use
was
magic
worried about that.
to translate
But also
it?
the dragon is glowy the same way. Do we think the dragon would just open it for us if we asked? We've been asking people for things today instead of just killing them, and I feel like that's gone pretty well for us.
What? Why don't you summon a mate for the dragon and see if it'll leave us alone?
That's actually not a horrible idea.
No, double dragons. That's sure. Wesley's gonna think on that for.
Brownie's right there in your ear going, "Ooh, yeah, 2 dragons would be cool. This seems like a great idea." And Ted Sr.'s like, yeah, great idea. Absolutely. 100% behind that idea. 2 dragons would be great.
While he's thinking, can I make a big entrance?
Yes, but before you do, Gwen, you said something about use magic?
Never mind.
Okay. Then yeah, go ahead and make your big entrance there, Sleeve Saya.
Hello, wayward infidel. Would you like to join our band of travelers helping us search for Liridium while spreading the gospel of the sleeveless way? We mean you no harm. Unless you want the rumble. And he'll brandish the Morning Star. It'll brandish the Morning Star.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Okay.
Yep. Every time.
Oh my god.
Awesome at everything except that.
You've been rolling really well on them when someone tries to kill you.
Yeah,
Yep.
This is 100% an accurate claptrap.
Yeah. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, you have drawn the dragon's full attention. And it swoops down at all of you. And it opens its mouth, and out comes, just like you would expect from a dragon, some sort of breath attack. But instead of it being fire, it's, for lack of another quick, easy way to explain this, it's like slag. It's like slag breath that just pours out onto you.
Tastes like piss and nachos.
I feel personally betrayed. I feel personally betrayed.
Why?
Because dragons are supposed to breathe fire. And I like fire.
I see. Now, I'm gonna say that since
That's
the
worst
grand
dragon
entrance,
ever.
the grand entrance roll wasn't really like a dodge. I'm gonna give you a chance to get out of it. So if you want to roll act under pressure to try to not get hit by this breath attack that's coming at you.
Okay, that's cool, isn't it? Or sharp?
Do we all need to do
That's
that?
cool. No, it's just going for Sleeve Saya.
Oh.
Would you like to use a D6 or a D4?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all.
So yeah, it hits you. And does Sleeve Saya have any armor?
Sleeve Saya has 1 point of armor.
Okay. Until you're able to find some way to clean all of this off, it negates the armor,
Okay,
and you take 1 harm,
okay.
and you are messy and smelly until you clean it off.
I mean, he doesn't have a it doesn't have a nose. Ah! I'm slippery.
Sleeve Saya doesn't have a nose, but the rest of your party does.
I was not programmed with empathy.
And after, slag vomiting on you, Sleeve Saya, the dragon sort of folds its wings in and launches through the upper part of this stone wall and disappears.
Well, I say we try to go through the upper part of it. Sleeve Saya, I'm stepping on your face to do that.
Wait. With my special eyes, does Sleeve Saya now glow like the magic marker writing?
He does.
I'd like to try and push him against the wall again.
Wait, does this dragon speak a language?
Fantastic. Are we doing
You
a
don't
hug?
know.
Um,
Is this affection?
You actually managed to push Sleeve Saya through the wall. Sleeve Saya, you're on the other side of the wall.
You need the goop. It's the goop.
Oh no.
Through.
Oh no. Sleeve Saya, come
Wesley,
back.
Of course. It comes
you're
back.
able to pass through the wall, no problem. Wesley, roll sharp real quick. I just want to see if you think of something, or something might come to mind.
9.
Yeah. So, with it being a partial success, it's going to come from Ted Sr. He leans on your shoulder and goes, you know, you get that, like, phase through walls shit, right? You could just walk through
Yes,
there.
I know, Ted.
Probably even take...
But not everybody can do that. That's one of the things that makes me special.
Well, yeah, I mean, do we care about everybody else?
I'm in charge, Ted, and there are 6 of us here that I have to take care of.
Right. You know I'm already dead, right? So, I mean...
Yeah, because I took care of you, okay?
All right, well, just trying to help.
I mean, so I can get in. You guys can get in. You all can get in too if you just splash some goo on, and then we could get the expensive shit, and then life is good. That's
Does
like
this mean it's time for pre-programmed affection?
Oh no. No. You
Hugs.
stay at arm's length. No, you stay at arm's length. I will scoop some off of you. You stay away from me.
Yikes.
Consent is important.
So she's just gonna like run her hand and get some of the goop. Paige, you're trying this first. Kind of like smear some goop
Trying
on
what?
Paige.
What are we trying?
Trying to do the slag. If he can walk through the wall, if it can walk through the walls now that it has some of this on him, might do the same for us. So let's try it. Beth realizes it's also on her hand and tries to put her hand through the wall.
It goes right through.
Yep. This is gonna be gross.
Kind of gets stuck at your shoulder, though, so you get the idea that you probably don't have to be drenched in the stuff, but it does have to have, even distribution, or, somewhat even distribution.
I'll let you know when you glow the right shade of purple.
Ugh. Sleeve Saya, come here.
Is that consent for a hug?
Screw you. Yes.
Fantastic! It's a
Oh.
great birthday. And Sleep Saya gives her a hug.
She
Awesome.
recoils in disgust.
As well you should. You now also smell like week old meat. But you can walk through the wall now.
Paige, if you are not comfortable with a hug, a handshake will work too. Or maybe a high five.
Paige, I can just give you a hug. It's fine. I took one for the team. And Beth's gonna give Paige a hug.
Yes.
Okay. You're sufficiently
Gooped up.
dragon gooped up enough. You're all able to pass through the door. As you step in, you can see it's definitely sort of like a cave, and it goes down into the mountain. And where the statues outside were, just barely visible, I was barely able to tell that they were statues at one point. These seem mostly intact, and they are sort of like they look like giants. Not just like this is a big statue of a human, but they literally look like giants. They just, in their build and everything, what you've seen of fantasy giants, things like that. That's what these statues look like. They're holding up signs with that same writing that Wesley saw. Can't really read it, except for there is one part of it at the bottom that is in English or Common or whatever the majority language of the area is. And it says, "The Dragon's Dungeon." And Ted Sr. leans on your shoulder, Wesley. Goes, "Wait, does this mean we're playing Dungeons and Dragons?"
Ted.
There's a dragon. This is a dungeon.
Got it, Ted. I got it. it's I can Ted says we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's a sign that says Dragons Dungeon.
What edition are we playing? I'm pre-programmed with all of the rule sets, including third party.
Can you not?
Oh, there's stairs that go down into the dungeon.
You can go downstairs, right, little buddy? You got that. That's probably easier.
That's no problem. I'm great at downstairs. I'm awful at downstairs. Can I make a tough roll for that?
Yeah.
Can Beth push him? Please take that roll and just have it be his survival from being, because it's still a tough roll, right? It might just be a survival from Beth pushing him. Please.
So yes. Sleep Sight, you're doing a great job of making your way down these stairs for the first couple. Beth, roll tough as well. Kick some ass to see how well you shove Sleeve Saya down the stairs. It's a 9 total, if I remember right. Okay, so you
To us at the DM.
Thank you. Another D6 for me.
Okay, who is this?
I
Oh,
am so happy.
Michael.
It's Michael. Thanks so much. I love D6s. So yeah, Beth, you gotta push Sleeve Saya downstairs, and you succeed. But in doing so, you put yourself off balance and fall on your butt at the top of the stairs. But Sleeve Saya, you go careening down the stairs. You don't get hurt, but what happens as you're going down the stairs? What's your reaction? How are you handling it?
He's trying to screech. It's trying to screech, but I think as it pops down the stairs, it's like inner record player starts skipping tracks, and it kind of sounds like dubstep.
I love it. Excuse me. Okay. So Sleep Saya gets to the bottom of the stairs first. I should probably add there's a sort of a trail of dragon vomit down the stairs where they've skid all the way down. The place is pretty well illuminated, by the way. I forgot to mention that. They're torches, but they seem to be like some sort of fire that just doesn't go out.
So I'm not from this planet. Were there just like giant people that lived underground at some point? Is that just common knowledge?
I think it's part of the game. It's really messed up.
All right.
Can someone help me up?
No,
I'm
we're
still horizontal.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we're going down, not up.
Yeah.
I will. I'll go down this stairs, I guess.
That took me a second. I got it. Okay. So Wesley heads down next. Once you're down there, you can help sleep Saya up. You look around, and it opens up into sort of a hallway, a wider hallway than up at the top of the stairs. There seems to be rooms on either side. It looks a lot like a dungeon. All the rooms have big, heavy wooden doors with iron fixtures. All of the ceilings and the doorways are tall enough for a giant to fit through, so you do feel a little tiny in this area. But yeah, you don't notice any dragons or anything like that. There's no people visible.
Should I engage? Should I engage adventurer mode?
What does that do?
I don't recognize that command prompt.
You don't understand my question, or you're saying you don't recognize the command prompt you want to run?
Adventurer mode engaged. Hail and well met, travelers. It is I, the Sleeve Saya, here to guide you across this dangerous journey through the dungeons and the dragons.
Fantastic. Beth and Paige, do you head down the stairs as well?
I'm confused. Probably? I'm gonna say probably.
Sorry, y'all are breaking up so
Okay.
much right now. I'm having a hard time with bandwidth.
Oh no.
So, kind of
Whoa.
follow what's going on right now.
Thank you so much for that raid. Dice Priori coming in with a 16-person raid. Welcome, raiders.
Hello!
Thank you so much. How was your stream?
Yeah, welcome in. Sorry.
To catch our raiders up, we're playing Hunters of Calamity, which is a Borderlands inspired Monster of the Week campaign. And our party has just entered into what they think is the treasure vault. And there's a sign inside that says Dragon's Dungeon. And it's literally a dungeon made for giants that they've walked into. So the current theme is kind of like the D&D DLC for Borderlands 2 is kind of the setting that we're in right now. Yeah, stream's going great. Thanks so much, Matt. So yeah, Beth and Paige, Wesley and Sleeve Saya have made it down the stairs. You hear Sleeve Saya talking about adventurer mode. Do you head down the stairs to follow them, or do you leave, or what do you do?
This is where the treasure is. Of course, we follow.
Okay.
At least Beth does. I don't know about Paige.
Yeah, because I think I'm all. I
Okay.
mostly following.
Perfect. So you all make it to the bottom of the stairs. There's a hallway opened up before you. It's sized for a giant, so you all seem really small. There's a number of rooms, say 2 to your left if you look to the left as you go down this hallway, and 3 to the right. Every room has a heavy wooden door with iron fixtures on it, looking very much like a old school RPG dungeon crawler type area as you walk through with your guns and stuff.
Where
do you want to go?
The Sleeve Saya will only move in 5-foot increments at a time.
Also for the raiders, Sleeve Saya is essentially a claptrap unit. To put some context on that. Okay. Do you want to check out some of these rooms? Keep going down the hallway. It seems to go on for quite a ways.
Do the magic pointy sticks have anything new to say?
They're sort of like spinning around in circles, like if you were to have a compass on the North Pole.
Brave leader, why don't you look through this door?
Okay. I will try and... Can I try and open the door, I guess, with how big it is? Let's...
Absolutely. If you are you trying to push the door, pull the door,
Let's push.
phase through it? Okay.
That's my plan. That's my plan for when I look very weak and can't open it.
As luck would have it, the door actually does push open. It's very heavy, obviously, because it's sized for a giant. But clearly, whoever built this knew how to use a can of WD-40, because the hinges slide flawlessly and silently as the door swings open into this giant room. And inside, you find sort of like a medieval-looking armory. So it looks like medieval weapons, but they all have sort of a bandit kind of twist on them. So there's like a great axe, but instead of regular great axe blades, both of them are saw blades. There's swords that are made out of what you're guessing is something spine, maybe a human spine, but it's basically like a serrated edge sword. There's shields that are made out of some kind of bone from some large creature. And you even find crossbows, but the bolts are obviously bone, and the fletching on them seems to be, you're not positive, but it kind of looks like human hair.
There's some really cool weapons in here. Does anybody else need anything?
I'm gonna grab a crossbow and then one of the axes.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Crossbows do 2 harm. The axes require both hands, but do 3 harm.
I am a knight, a paladin of the Sleeveless Path. I'm going to grab a shield.
Okay. You find sort of like a bone shield. It looks kind of like a giant turtle, maybe. Giant turtle shell maybe was what this started out as. It's a little bit big for you, but you managed to wield it without too much difficulty. It's just a little cumbersome.
I made a successful knowledge check. Did you know that the Calamity giant tortoise was known to be very, very slow?
When do we remove his voice box?
I don't think we can. I thought we figured out we couldn't.
I wasn't talking to Wesley. I was talking to Paige.
Okay.
I mean, Beth. Oh.
Paige, do you need anything pointy, or are you just gonna? You got enough fire?
I prefer having more pointy things.
Okay. There's lots of them in there. So the crossbows, the axes, like the spine swords, They're all some sort of medieval thing with a bandit twist to them. There's even like a wizard hat looking thing, but there's a skull mask attached to it, and it's an actual skull. So you could grab that if you want.
Miss Page, did you know that that mask will give you a +5 to your scary rolls?
I did not. Just
Do it.
yeah, okay. Fix up the mask on.
Okay. So it's like your traditional pointy wizard hat with the skull mask attached to it. So you're all decked out.
Uh-huh. Do I have a wand?
Where do you go from here?
Just out of
No.
curiosity, am I able to grab?
Do you have a wand with
and a
pointy
sword?
with like a skull on the end?
Sure. Yeah, you found one of those too.
Yeah.
What's up, Wesley?
Am I able to carry a great axe and a sword?
Like not at the same
No, not
time
like-
in your
not like-
hands, but
yeah. But it
yeah,
because I like it's
You like-
all of Wesley's shit is very much just up close and personal with things, and I'm very excited to get new pointy things to continue doing that. The chainsaws felt a little impersonal lately, and things made of dead things is probably it's a nice touch.
Okay. Yeah. You can sling one over your shoulders. So like Legend of Zelda Link style, that have that diagonally across your back, and you can have one in your hands. Okay. Where do you go from here? So there's one more room on the left-hand side of the hallway. There's 3 on the right, or you can keep going all the way down the hallway where it looks like it. There's more stuff down there.
I don't know. I mean, this stuff was pretty great. You all do you think this was the treasure of the vault?
It better not be.
Let me make an appraisal check.
Well, I guess we could keep looking.
No. This is not the vault.
All right, I opened this door. Sleeve Saya, you open the next door. We'll rotate.
Okay, so Sleeve Saya, you've got 1 to the left and 3 to the right. Which one do you open?
We'll say the other one to the left.
Okay. As you open that one, same kind of a deal. It's heavy, especially for you, being kind of smaller. But you're able to sort of lean into it, and it opens no problem. Not even the slightest hint of a squeak from the hinges. But as it does, you are faced with, let's say, let's do. Okay, 12 dire rats. Basically ROUSs. They're giant rats with like 2 very sharp-looking sort of buck teeth sticking out of their closed mouths. So they're really long teeth. Because the door is silent, they haven't noticed you.
Well, it's my duty to, it is my heroic tag to save the world. So I'm going to say, rolling for initiative! And, run in, swinging my Morning
Okay.
Star.
Okay. There's one within range of you. Go ahead and roll kick some ass to hit him with that Morning Star.
I'll take
9. That's a partial success. Yeah, you do manage to hit it. how much harm does your Morning Star do?
Oh, I was waiting for you to ask. It does 5 harm area.
Holy crap!
Yeah. It does 4 harm naturally, and I took devastating.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a holy
So
warrior.
So with the partial success, I'm going to say that you definitely take out the one that you were going towards. You do 1 harm to another one. I need to grab a piece of paper to keep track of this now. You do 1 harm to the other one that's close to you, but your Morning Star gets stuck in it. And it starts to try to run away from you, sort of dragging you along by the Morning Star.
I will say, next round I'll make a handle animal check. Wow!
All right. We're gonna give the rats a turn here. So let's see. I'm gonna say there's a couple that are close enough to you to actually take a swing at you. So go ahead and do act under pressure twice. Okay. So that's going to be 2 harm from the first one as it digs those sharp teeth into one of the gaps in your metal plates.
Okay. When they were scraping the goop off of me to get themselves back in, did that count as cleaning me?
No, you still have goop on you.
Okay, cool.
It's going to require some water to get it all off of you.
No, my mortal enemy.
So maybe one of the teeth sort of grazes a wire or something like that. You definitely feel that. The partial success one, though, you only take 1 harm, but in dodging that, you're able to dislodge the Morning Star. So you're not being dragged around anymore.
Help! Help! My servos are seizing!
So he's not immortal. Thank goodness.
With that, several others run out into the hallway where the rest of you are. Wesley, giant rats start pouring out of this door into the hallway. What do you do?
Wesley hasn't had the chance to just get up front and just smash things in a long while. So that's... I think this is a good chance for my violence dark side to just take over and just... I'm torn between... He's actively looking between his new cool weapons he wants to fight with versus just getting his hands dirty again once in a while. And I think he's going to start off just with his like weird ghost punches. Just like run over and try and just like punch one of these rats in the face.
Okay, cool. That's your big whammy, right? So that'll be roll weird. Oof.
Let's see what happens when that fails. That is, when I roll weird instead of tough. On a miss, I'll get magical backlash.
Okay. So you go to punch one of these rats, and whatever this one's been eating, right as you go to hit it, you notice it's got a weird purple glowy aura around it too, kind of like the dragon had. And as you smack it with your fist, it literally gives a magical backlash, and it just shoves you into the wall opposite of the door. And you take 2 harm.
Wow. Does that, since it's magic, it ignores armor, right?
No, armor's fine because it's basically just got thrown into a wall, essentially.
Ow! The rats are magic. The rats have magic. They're magic rats.
All right, that's gonna be Beth's turn then. rats, giant rats, came pouring out of the door. Wesley tried to punch one and got thrown into a wall. You hear Sleeve Saya yelling inside. What do you do?
Well, I have this battle axe. I have to use it. So she's going to take that giant battle axe just with the herd of them and try to swing it through them, if that's okay.
Yeah. So quick question: since you have the battle axe and you have to use it, does that mean it's named Chekhov? You're muted again.
13. Sorry.
There we go. Okay, 13. 13 is definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and tell us how this giant battle axe takes out. There's a bunch of them, so I'm gonna say you take out 2 of them with one swing.
Cleaves through, so it just cleaves through one, keeps going, goes through the other one. Just a really nice swing. Just like playing baseball.
You end up with 2 bloody halved rats, so 4 halves total on the floor in front of you. Paige, your turn. You've just witnessed all of this. There's more rats pouring out of the door. Wesley and Beth are near the door, but not directly in front of it.
Can I?
What do you want to do?
Can I stop them from coming out of the door?
How would you like to do that?
I would like to make a firewall. Because that's the thing I can
How did I know you were going to say that? Yes, you can try to make a firewall in the doorway.
Yay! Oh, those dice are not playing anymore. I'm going to use a d6.
Okay.
Because that was a 2 and a 1 again.
Oof.
So that's a 6. that die works. So that's a 13 total.
Excuse me.
I think.
Okay.
2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, 12.
Okay. So yeah, you successfully are able to put that firewall in the doorway. There's still a couple of rats that are on the outside of the room, but the other 7 are inside with Sleeve Saya. And Sleeve Saya, it's your turn.
Just a quick question before we continue. Did that count as I can save the world?
I think so.
Okay.
You needlessly put yourself into great harm, so yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that gives me a +1 forward. Should have used that last time. Actually, that wouldn't have done any good. Okay. Well, my servos are seizing. There's not really a whole lot I can do. I was programmed to kick some ass. And despite the fact that these infidels aren't covered in the garbs of arm coverage, they have still struck in the messenger of the sleeveless way, so we're gonna have to take them down.
If you think about it, their entire body's covered in fur, so they kind of have sleeves.
That's
They're fur
just
sleeves.
That's just another false god sleeves. That's not okay. Not okay. They don't get a free pass because they're animals. You're right. And as I kick some ass, so with that +1 forward, that makes it a 10.
Nice.
And I'm going to say, did you know that ROUS are vulnerable to being squished?
Okay.
So that's I'm gonna inflict a gruesome wound with that one to make it a 6 harm area.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna say you take out 3 of them that are directly around you as you're flinging this morning star everywhere and squishing rodents of unusual size.
While I say, "Help me! Help me!"
Okay. It's the rat's turn. 2 of them are gonna come at you. They wait for the ball of the morning star to stop swinging, and they sort of pounce at that exact moment. Go ahead and roll act under pressure twice.
Act under pressure. Oh, with cool. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Sorry. Nice.
You good?
And not nice.
Okay, so the one that you dodge, tell me how you dodge that.
I think it dodges it by it does a moonwalk, a really cocky, really arrogant moonwalk.
Okay. Yeah, you moonwalk right out of the way, but unfortunately, it moonwalks you right into the way of the other one, which scratches at your eye gizmo thing, and it'll inflict 2 harm.
Can we just flavor text that a little bit and say that one of his arms falls off?
Sure.
Because I'm looking real bad right now.
Sure. And I will give you this then. It scratches at your eye, but then sort of rolls off of you, landing on your arm, which is what causes it to break. But with that, it sort of being furry and everything, it wipes enough of the goo off of you to get your armor back.
Okay, cool.
Now the 2 that are still outside, one's gonna go for Wesley, one's gonna go for Beth. So Wesley and Beth, if I could have both of you roll act under pressure, as you have these giant dog-sized rats jumping at you. So that's a was that a 10 for last for act under pressure?
Plus, what skill is it under? Is it tough? Or no, it's cool.
Cool.
So it's gonna be a 12.
12. Okay, perfect. So full success, and then Wesley's a partial success. So yeah, last. How do you avoid this rodent that's attacking you?
I mean, there's not much to flavor text, just avoiding. I mean, she's not gonna do a moonwalk. That would be ridiculous and silly. So she's just gonna, pretty bounce out of the way, kind of, nice kind of slide and jumps out of the way deftly. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
The rodent just sort of misses you entirely. It skids across the floor and just bumps into the opposite wall, kind of looking like a cat that tries to stop on linoleum but can't quite do it, running full speed. And then Wesley, you do manage to avoid your attack. However, with it being a partial success, you and Beth sort of avoid the attack in the same direction. So you end up tripping over Beth.
I think maybe as I'm trying to stand up from getting knocked down by the other.
Yeah. So you end up sort of on your butt, but you avoid getting hit.
Stop, damn magic rats!
You've got, Ted Sr. on your shoulder going like, wow, you're really bad at this. So that's the rat's turn. Wesley, it's your turn now.
So there's 2 out here with us, and I can hear Sleeve Saya breaking essentially on the other side.
Yes.
All right. So in Wesley's head this entire time, he's essentially, if it's not clear, he's been competing with this little robot that can write down and disperse their gospel much better than I have been able to in the past. And I'm worried that I'm worried that this is a replacement for me, and I've been set up to fail here. So I'm leaping through that wall, just phasing through it, because I need to show up this robot and squash these rats, prove I'm better than it.
Okay. So you phase through. Awesome. There are 4. And there are several squished and bloody rats all over the room.
I think I just lunged through, I think I jump through the air as I phase through, and I just come out swinging with that freaking spine greatsword. We just like a madman.
Okay. Roll kick some ass.
Just normal kick some ass, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say since you phased, can't use both at the same time. So it's a partial success. So you do hit one, but instead of cutting it in half, you just cut its tail off. So it takes some damage and is distraught at the loss of its tail.
All of their magic is in the tail. Aim for the tails. Your leader suggests.
Excuse me. All right, and then that will be Beth's turn.
All right.
So you've got 2 out here with you.
So she's gonna try to cleave through them again and do the best she can. So let's see how that goes.
All right.
Plus 2 for
So-
tough is a 9.
So still a partial success. You don't hit them both, but you are able to get the one that was pounced on Wesley a minute ago, or was trying to rather. How do you kill this thing?
Just maybe. So she takes her axe and slices down, which was her first mistake, and cuts this one in half. However, it does also make it harder. She can't get her axe back up to get the other one in time.
Okay. There's still a nice satisfying squish. There's some rat blood that goes everywhere. Perfect. And then Paige, what do? There's still one left outside.
There's still
And
a
Wesley
rat.
and Sleeve Saya are inside.
So, remind me how the firewall went.
So it's in the doorway. It's working. It's kept the ones inside the room. They haven't tried to cross it.
Yay! So,
But there's still one left outside with you.
yeah, I'm just going to, okay, so there's a move called Fire Blast,
Yes.
and it's 2 harm plus the fire, which is 2, which makes it 4 harm total. And I'm just going to go up to its face and blast it
Okay.
with the other
It's picking itself up.
with the other dice, not 2 that's
Yeah. It's sort of picking itself up after, having bonked into the wall. So it turns to face you right as you get up to it and do your fire blast. See how it goes.
Oh.
Thanks so much for the 200 bits, Michael. Much appreciated.
So that's
That's a D6 to the cast.
Nice. Michael's saving the day today.
I think 6 plus 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. Yeah. 10 total.
Yeah, that's going to be a success.
Oh,
Full success.
barely.
You kill it. So describe for us how you roast this thing.
The flames just cover its body and it turns to ash.
Awesome.
Just I think I ever did
the
it.
smell. The smell of burning rat hair, charcoal, and ash fills the room as this thing is just
I'm really sorry. I really think I ever did it.
So he's just vaporized. Perfect. Sleeve Saya, there are 4 left in the room with you. Now Wesley's here too, and one of them is missing a tail.
You're
You
welcome.
rodents are filthy. I think it's time for a spin cycle. As I
Oh god.
do donuts with my one little wheel and just madly spin around the Morning Star.
Oh, if
Okay.
Sleep Saya can successfully do donuts better than me as well.
Go ahead and roll kick some ass. And depending on this, oh, that's a good success. Wesley, roll act under pressure. As this robot is just flailing a Morning Star wildly. Awesome. So Sleeve Saya, you succeed. Wesley, you succeed in avoiding it. So Zan, tell us how you wipe out 3 more of these things.
It just starts to slowly rotate and then starts to go faster and faster and faster. And at some point, it realizes that it doesn't actually have to do donuts. Its wheel stands completely still, and it just starts spinning around and around and around and around, and slowly stops. And a small hatch opens up, and a little bit of motor oil out.
Okay. Awesome. Well, yeah, you take out 3, leaving only 1 left. The one without a tail. And it's got a score to settle. So it's coming for Wesley. It's coming for your bacon. Go ahead and roll act under pressure as it leaps towards you.
It again.
An 8, and I'm gonna roll against you on this one. Because this rat is out for blood. I'm gonna use a d4. So it'll make it a 5. So this thing just, it goes for the jugular. It's like latches onto you and just bites down on your neck and does, it's gonna do 3 harm.
So it's I've got
Uh,
so if I've got 2,
You've got
it
armor,
goes down
though.
to 1, right?
yeah. But it's latched onto you at this point. It is your turn.
Would I just be? Yeah, fuck it. That's what I would. I'm swinging the sword at it.
Okay. Roll kick some ass and don't mess up.
I make no promises.
Okay. Partial success. Given the danger of the situation of how you're going about this, I'm gonna make it a little bit meaner than I normally would. You do kill the rat. However, you do so by basically putting the sword through it, and it gets stuck in your shoulder, and you take 1 harm.
Oh. Through armor, right?
Through armor, yeah.
Ow. The rats. It used its magic on me.
With that, all of the rats are dead.
Thank you for coming to witness my glory. I could use a hand.
Oh.
Ha ha! Ha!
Cool. Now that the rats are all taken care of, you're able to get a better look around the room. And there is a wooden treasure chest style chest up against the wall. And you notice hanging on the wall next to it is a key. It's a silver key. Looks like an old skeleton key. What do you all do?
Let's grab the key and open the chest.
Okay. So do you grab the key and open the chest, Beth?
It depends upon what everyone else wants to do, but she's gonna go for the key first.
Okay. You get the key. No, that's no problem. Does anybody rush to open the chest first?
Is the chest locked? Like, does it seem like the key needs to go into this chest?
The chest does not have
It's
a
a
keyhole. It does
mimic.
not seem to be locked.
Bet you it's a
Uh,
mimic.
As she goes to the chest, I
Can
take a
poke
defensive
it with a
stance.
sword? Can I poke it with a sword?
Yeah, Paige. One sec. Sorry, Zan. What did you say?
I'm going into the claptrap defensive stance where I just become a box.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Paige. You poke it with a sword, and it seems like a wooden chest.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it, Paige.
Wait, there's a key but no keyhole?
Yep.
I don't think the key's to this.
Doesn't look.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. As you open it, out launches. No, I'm kidding. As you open it, inside there's 4 gold bars, and some they're bottles of some sort of red-looking liquid. They're kind of roundish bottles. Player-wise, you'd probably recognize these as health potions. In game, they look like some weird round bottles with red stuff in it.
Someone's getting drunk tonight.
Is there? It looks like a wizard made them. Maybe there's another.
Wesley, go get drunk.
With my stuff or the new stuff.
New stuff. You got a taste test.
Do they all look the same? How many were?
They all look the same. Brownie on your shoulder goes, I think she's trying to make you drink this to see if it's poison.
I'm definitely drinking one. I'm trying to figure out if Wesley chugs more than one. let's start with one. Let's start with one.
Okay.
That's gonna hold on
there's
to one.
Four of them total. So Wesley, as you chug the one, all of your harm goes away.
Oh.
Yeah, Beth's definitely keeping one.
There's one for Paige and one for Sleep Saya as well. Do you use them in any way?
Yes. Sleep Sias. Servos are seizing. It can see the code. So it's going to chug one.
Okay. Yeah, as you put that into your fuel tank, suddenly your servos and your wires and everything seem to come back together, and your arm reattaches to your side as if it were a magnet, and you feel fine.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all that's in the room. If you look out the door, you do notice that the middle door of the 3 on the right-hand side of the hallway does have a silver-looking keyhole on it that seems to match that key. But we'll have to explore that next week, because I think that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. Well done, everyone. We're going to go on a raid here in just a second, but before we do, I want to give everybody a chance to say their favorite part, where we can find them next, and anything else you'd like to share. Hey, thanks for that, host. So we're going to go reverse order, starting with Zan. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you want to share?
Yeah. So I'm Zan, and I'll throw my my links into chat here in just a second. My favorite part. Honestly, I just really enjoyed getting to be a complete and utter goofball as the Sleep Saya. Um, I'm sure that I was aggravating some of the other players just a little bit, and I apologize for that. But it was a lot of fun, especially
Player
my
no,
random trivia.
Page, yes.
I really
I loved
loved
every bit of it.
I loved the
yeah.
trivia. And yeah, you can catch
That was
me.
priceless.
You can catch me next. Well, probably here, same time next week. And also next season on this channel, I'll be running a campaign for probably Monster Hearts, not 100%, but probably Monster Hearts. So if you're interested in that, please hit me up. We're still looking for players. And on the 24th, I'm going to be running a one-shot of They Came From Beneath the Sea, and we're looking for players for that too. So if you want to do something that's a little lighthearted, or something that's angsty, horny monsters, teenagers, then I've got you covered on either front.
What time is that?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, we've got Gwen. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
My favorite part was when the dragon came out and was like, wait, it doesn't breathe fire. Where's my fire? I was promised fire.
That was pretty great. Agreed. Fantastic. And then where can we find you next? I think it's going to be Friday.
Yeah, Friday thing. There's a Friday thing.
Yeah, we're Rowan North's doing a one-shot. It's either going to be a sequel to Spirits of the Storm if we get all the same cast in, or it's going to be a sort of steampunk horror thing, possibly with Zeppelins. Either way, it's going to be pretty cool. If you're interested in playing in either of those scenarios, shoot me a DM on Twitter. Cool. Next, we've got Last of the Order. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Just love the instant hatred for Sleeve Zaya. Like that was just beautiful in the assassination attempts. Zan was amazing and just putting up with me letting my character just rage against his. I think that was such a treat. And yeah, that was my favorite part.
I loved Sleeves.
Awesome.
Paige,
Awesome.
not so much, but I loved it.
Yeah. Next, we've got Patrick. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Hey, I'm Pat, or I'm a Tactric online. My favorite part was my internal just struggle over being put into any position of authority because I did not want any of that. And then getting paired with this new thing that he is confident is meant to replace him at some point. Oh gosh, and then just everything. There was so much good stuff between hologram guy as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where can we find you next?
You can catch me tomorrow night, so Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. I am on Dark Galaxies Gaming, playing in a 5e game, Tales from Saltmarsh. It's homebrew water type water world, lots of little islands, and kind of uses a lot of Ghosts of Saltmarsh and then a lot of homebrew stuff.
It's awesome. My favorite part, I also had a lot of really fun parts. The Claptrap trivia stuff was great. Got a big kick out of that. And your interactions with the Dashing Dan Corporation guy. That was just hilarious. Having him yell like, "I'm not a damn hologram." It was fun. Those are probably my favorite parts, but the whole thing was just fantastic. As for where you can find me next, I will be here tomorrow playing Dr. Tilda Jenkins on the Tickfaw Files, another Monster of the Week This one very much so a horror mystery. And it's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then I'll be back again on Friday for whatever we end up doing for the one-shot with Rowan. So again, if you are interested in signing up for that one-shot or any other one-shot, which we have every Friday at the same time, 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight, every Friday, just shoot me a DM on Twitter, which my Twitter is right below my face here, if you're wanting to find it. And with that, we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go raid Nerdsmith. They are currently doing Shenanigans Spelljammer. I have not had the chance to watch much of that campaign, but I have heard really good things about it, and they've got a really good cast over there. If you're not already following Nerdsmith, definitely give them a follow. Fantastic folks over there. But yeah, with that, our raid cry is Rage Against the Tiny Machine, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.